You alright guys? How you going? So this is Mark, the Pitsmore Owl, on YouTube and on TikTok. I hope that we're alright, I hope everyone's doing well, yeah? Let's take this off, So yeah, let me get into it. This is my second take of doing this, so let's get into it. So Wednesday versus United this Sunday. I don't know about your guys, but I have had a nightmare. I feel like it says it all. I've had one of them days. So, long story short, I'm walking down to Hillsborough yesterday. I get as far as the petrol station on Moonshine Lane. I get a message off Stuart saying, oh, someone's got 2 tickets for sale here, 20 quid. So I'm actually walking down. Listen, he just tried to help me. So I got back in touch with him. He sent me a number, so I didn't go down, yeah? So then I phoned the guy up yesterday. I couldn't get through to him. Then I got through to the guy. He was at a funeral, bless him. And he said to me, I've got 2 tickets. I go, sound, oh well. Then right at the end of the conversation, he drops on me like these senior tickets. I goes, what's that mean now? And I thought it meant over 65s. And he clarified it for me, the over 65. So I thought, I don't really want to be going to Hillsborough, yeah. Looking forward to getting in. And we own the new computer systems now, what they've got on the turnstile to get turned away. Or to have to go back to the ticket office and pay the difference. So I messaged him way in advance today before I was supposed to meet him, and I told him reasons why. So then I thought, no problem, go straight down to Hillsborough and get the ticket. My missus, yeah, over 17 years, bless her, Sharon, she's a bit erratic sometimes. She must have lost loads of my bank cards, but she left my bank card in a friend's car. A friend says, I'm just going to go and get my daughter back from work and I'll bring it to you in 15-20 minutes. Hours later, phone's turned off, finally gets it back about 6:30ish, ticket office is shut. So, no ticket. Right, come on, let's go for a little walk, yeah? So, no ticket yet. Tomorrow's Thursday. I've heard there's about 900 left at Leppings Lane. So, I'll be going there in the morning. If I don't get one, it's just down to fate, innit? It's down to fate. Because, like I say, listen, Stuart just tried to help me out. That bloke dropped that in at the end of the conversation. Didn't tell Stuart. Maybe I should have acted before, but I didn't. Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you, yeah. So Wednesday versus United, it's a big game, innit, yeah. But it's not one that I'm excited about like I should be. And I'm not going to name that man's name. I'm just going to refer to him as that man. He's done a lot of bad damage. Really has done bad damage. Ripped his club to bits. Especially his team, and that's why the other side wanted him to stay, didn't they? Obviously, wanted him to stay, and we've been handicapped now for fucking hell. Well, he'd been at club in January for 11 years. Long time, innit? But he's done some serious damage. But the point I'm trying to make is, on the pitch, they're favourites. They're going through a bad time, but they're favourites, yeah? For me, it's a game. Listen, I'm hoping that we don't get hammered, obviously. Obviously up in that Wednesday win, but they're struggling, aren't they? Really struggling. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a little bit surprised at that. Not just how much they're struggling. I know when a team can lose a playoff final, not always they can struggle, but I think that's struggling. And this isn't a dig, this is just me and what I think. It's just my opinion. I think it's because, yeah, obviously maybe some players aren't buying into him. Whatever reason, yeah, and maybe they don't feel trusted and settled because of the way that he psyched Wilder. I mean, that was crazy, weren't it? I mean, what were it, 92 points, yeah, you could tell how gutted he were at Wembley, yeah, and listen, I actually felt a little bit sorry for him, because at the end of the day, yeah, do you know as you get older, yeah, I suppose if I heavy hated him, which I think I did back in there, I don't know more, I just dislike him now. They're a Sheffield Football Club, and it does get a bit silly with all that lot. So I did feel a little bit sorry for him, and you could tell how much gutted he were, and he goes, but they're going to support me, didn't he? And then next thing, boom, sacked him. That were bad. And then also he's backfired. Major League has backfired because they're in big. I'm not going to say big trouble because only 15 games, but they're in trouble, aren't they? And it's the last season of parachute payment. Yeah. So the game itself. A lot of it's what you do in penalty areas, isn't it? In the both penalty areas. I mean, Norwich is struggling. on bonfire night, I'm on the cop, the bit of the side where Tango goes, yeah. We're winning 1-0, we have chances to make it 2. And then we get a golden opportunity at the Leppings Lane end. Ball gets crossed in, Jermaine Lowe has an opportunity to bang it in, make it 2-0. It sort of come to him fast, if you watch it, yeah. But he hit it, and it was an open goal. Go and watch it, yeah. It was an open goal, and he hits it wide. That goes in my opinion, it's game over. They're not coming back from 2. Within the next, so the ball goes out, goal kick. Straight away, maybe 30 seconds, 35 seconds, ball's in back of our net. Yeah, they went straight over end and scored. So it should have been 2-0, now it's 1-1. I'm going mad on cop, I kicked off. Guy outside of me was like, fucking hell. I went, fuck me man, not taking your chances. I goes, that should have been 2-0. Now it's 1-1, yeah? And that's what's football, isn't it? Maybe that's the reason why we all love football, because it's so unpredictable. Do you know what I mean? So, for me, are we going to take his chances? Because we get a lot of them, but are we going to take them? And if we do, can we keep that back door shut? The other end? I always get a bit worried me when game gets to like 60, 70 minutes and it gets stretched because there's young, very young players. Do you know what I mean? And you look at his bench and we haven't got anyone to bring on. And we're hoping that these 2 players, one we bought in from Leeds and another one, I believe, yeah, that they were just going to be some extra bodies, and it was maybe going to help us. But what I'm hearing, maybe one's not ready, maybe 2's not ready, yeah, so we all start, so it is going to be a handicap. And listen, I'm not making no excuses up, yeah. They should be beating us because of what Chansiri's done. He has proper wrecked the squad, do you know what I mean, yeah, proper wrecked it. He could have maybe have sold us, yeah, but said it's just one person on it. But for that crazy price he was asking for, now I've had to take a second point deduction, so it's going to be the second time he's had us relegated to League One for non-football in reasons. He was that bad. Never seen a club celebrate before, but no wonder why we're celebrating, because of administration. Because he was that bad, and he was like, so what, 12 points, yeah, but we can move on. Every time we did something good as a football club, he'd come out and fucking killed it, didn't he? Come out with something. So I just want to address this last night. I think this needs addressing. So the Blades YouTube channel, it's called the Blades Ramble. I actually watched it when he lost in the playoffs, and there were 2 guys on reminiscing. One says, when Wednesday were big in late 80s, early 90s, yeah, most people thought of Wednesday, but they were United, and says we might not have got most fans in the world, but he also actually took a little bit of like to him and thought, decent kid him, seems a decent kid, yeah. I'm not sure if it was the same guy who I watched last night. He was on with a Wednesday fan, the board guy. So they're talking about things, and this guy leaves a message, I think it were dumplings, something like that, yeah. And he says, oh, it's supposed to be massive, still got a few hundred tickets left. So that made me laugh straight away, because whatever I say on here, yeah, you can come back with stupidness in comments, yeah, but I only write someone me what I said to the face, yeah. It can be very cowardly sometimes, internet, but listen, it's not personal, it's just my football team, that's your football team, yeah. Obviously we both love his teams, yeah, but you've got to talk truth. So it went straight back to me. I thought, wow, when United was struggling under Adrian Heath, you probably have seen me do it on X, yeah. I was driving past their ground. I was living on Claywood Flats behind train station, what's been knocked down now. And I remember driving in my little 1.1 Fiesta I had at the time, yeah. And I thought, oh, United's reserves are playing, seriously. Got up next day, it weren't the reserves, it was the first team. It was a league match, not on Sky, cheap tickets. You know what attendance were? When United was struggling in tough times, in the second tier, what's that, a championship, against Port Vale, there was 8,000 there. I repeat, 8,000. No league game, no cup game, a league game, not on Sky, cheap tickets, 8,000. There's obviously Port Vale fans in with you. Steel City Derby, when I got on the pitch, ball hit Curtis Woodhouse, went in net in Hendon, yeah. Attendance for Steel City Derby 2001, 25,000. 25,000 for Steel City Derby. All at Bramwell Lane. The return at Hillsborough 38, yeah. League One, playoff, semi-final. We're at 0-0, yeah, against Yeovil. 16,000. 16,000 at Bramwell Lane. Wednesday, hammered, 4-0. By this point, 23 years of hell. 23 years of it. Yeah, no Premier League in all that time, at that point, yeah. Nightmare chance here, losing 4-0. Yeah, we chucked it away. We should have got top two. 4-0 down, Peterborough. Over 32,000. So I was shocked they could be like having a go at us. So as Grando's 38 and a half, if you count the seats, but they're only allowed to sell 30, 34 and a half, 35 because of health and safety, because it was a disaster. So I was just shocked that they were like saying, oh, we've got a few hundred tickets left. Remember, this game's live on ITV, or it's live on TV. We're at bottom at league. We've done no for 25 years. Been absolutely terrible for 25 years. Only ever come close twice in playoffs. Yeah, nightmare owned. I've experienced things as a football fan, and I don't think I ever have. One thing after another. Points coming off us. So ripped out of club. So as he's gone. Yeah, first game of the 27,000. If he'd have gone on the Saturday, I mean, before the Friday, there'd have been more. Yeah, the next game, bonfire night. Yeah, families do a lot of things. 1,000 Norwich fans, over 28,000 at Hillsborough. Just bottom at league, 12 points off. These aren't tough times, mate. I'm going to listen. Our fan base is top notch, top notch. So it just made me laugh. I thought, we've seen United in tough times. I mean, they're appalling attendances. They're laughable, yeah. And I just thought that needed addressing. Do you know what I mean? Because that's United in tough times. Nowhere near what we're going through. I think they're we about 7th bottom, 8th bottom. Might be, you know what I mean? Might have been a little bit higher when they got the 8,000, yeah. But let me address this as well while we're on attendances, because we are Attendance FC, aren't we? Yeah, all right. Football in the early 90s and 80s, yeah, back then. You know, it always quick with this, average 30,000 malarkey. When was the last time United averaged 30,000? Before 2006? Before Warnock got you up in 2006, when was the last time United averaged 30,000? Let me know in comments on TikTok or YouTube, yeah? In 1992, we averaged about 200 fans, short of 30,000. We come third from top, season Leeds won it, 29,800 or 700, whatever. It was a few hundred off 30,000, yeah? Football now, from then, has moved on. Football's got a lot bigger. That's why I think that season we had 4th highest average. That's why Liverpool only got, for them, 40,000, now they get 60. West Ham, we was bigger than 24, 19, now they get 60. Chelsea, I've been there with 18,000. Now they get 40. They get 60 grand were bigger. Yeah, right. Arsenal, 38,000, 60. Football's moved on since then. It's a lot bigger. Yeah. What would Wednesday be getting? Seriously, if we hadn't have had this last 25 years of hell, no Premier League, nothing. You know when kids are born and they're growing up, they want Premier League. Yeah, we had nothing. United's been in it a few times too. All right, they had one good season and then come straight back down. Yeah, but they've recently visited that. And like what Simon Jordan said, yeah, I remember when Wednesday and United, like United, I mean Premier League, yeah, our ex-followers had more than United, and we also had more than United on YouTube. As soon as they were in Premier League now, they're digital, yeah, digital-wise, miles in front of Wednesday, same as Stoke, but that's because they've been in the Premier League recently. Do you know what I mean? They haven't just had one season. I think they had 2 or 3, hadn't they, since 06. So when you start talking about attendances, yeah, United can have very, very short memories, yeah, because I'm going to address it like this, yeah. They're both big clubs. They're both big clubs. Big city. 4th biggest, as I keep saying, yeah. But the difference is, for me, is when tough times hit, and I'm on about proper tough times, we had nothing for 25 years. I was lucky enough when we won the cup in 91, I was 14. When we got to both, nearly 15, when we got to both cup finals in 93, I was 17. So I'm old enough to remember, yeah, right, the good days. But a lot of our fans, maybe a majority, aren't. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's been a long time, and to get what we're getting now with the most expensive tickets as well. Chansiri had us on the most expensive tickets, yeah, for all his reign. And even last 2 seasons, we've averaged over 27,000. And that season, we had the worst start in Championship history. Didn't win 1 game in first 17, and only stayed up on last game at Sunderland, which I went. And then season before that, after that, we averaged over 26. Expensive tickets, mate. Shirt and all, merchandise, £72. Tickets, 40 odd quid. Even your cheap ones are really most expensive in Championship. For a club like that, I think our fans are top notch. And it just made me laugh when I heard him on that ramble. The guy said it, I don't know his name, yeah. And I thought, wow, short memories. Because I thought, I know I'm repeating myself, we've seen United in tough times. I've never seen 8,000 at Hillsborough, not for a league game. I think worst I've ever seen at Hillsborough, my lifetime, 15,000 against Wimbledon. Never at 8, never ever at 8. Yeah, the 16,000 the Oval at 0-0. So that's the difference for me, for fans. Wednesday, they're both big clubs at Wednesday in all times, yeah, blow United out of water. That's just a fact. Do you know what I mean? And if I'd have been on that debate show with him, what Dan Fudge did. I like Dan Fudge, yeah, but he let us down, didn't he, a little bit on last question. He wouldn't have got no further than second conversation, because the only thing I brought up would have been that. 25 years of hell, of rubbish. That's a long time, man. That's a long time, 25 years. Yeah, 2000, right. They've been in it, yeah. And they get 16,000 at 0-0 in playoff. And same playoff, we're 4-0 down, we get 30 over 32. That to me ends all conversation. Do you know what I mean? Because like I say, and also one other thing what I've got to touch on from this and all, and I'm a little bit peed at the Wednesday if I don't know what does it with Bald Head. Listen, it's not personal, it's just little views, innit? Yeah, it's just little views. When they were on about his ground, yeah, and they were like agreeing with him, oh, it's sort of falling down, and I thought, oh my God, again. All right, he might be a little bit young not to remember. I do. Hillsborough, wow. One of the best grounds in the country. And I'm going to be honest with you now, yeah, he's just honest with me, yeah. Disagree, not agree, but FA agreed. 36 FA Cup semi-finals, World Cup in 66, Euro 96, yeah. For me, at that time, Wednesday had one of the best grounds in the country, probably from 1966, probably to about 1996, just after when we got the Euro. So that's 40 years of having a top, probably best ground in the country by Wembley. Or would I say, run it close at that time? Probably 2 grounds. Man United went all the way down like Wembley, but then they had the Stretford end. Yeah, I'm putting ours above theirs at that time. Yeah, obviously FA same as well. Villa Park for me with next one. Yeah, they had 3 big ends, but then they had a little daft stand there. Hillsborough's was all level. So for me, we had the best ground in the country, bar Wembley at that time, for 40 years. So when he sort of agreed with him, yeah, and said, oh yeah, he wants knocking down, I was like, what? Yeah, away end wants knocking down, get it, yeah. But remember walking past Bramwell Lane again, that John Street, it was pink, it was bright pink for years, for decades it was bright pink. And I just think, because what Chancery's been there a long time, and there's been no investment, let's not forget. And agreeing with him like that, I thought, no, listen, in his defence, he might not be old enough, yeah, but people what have, even FA agreed, he had 36 FA Cup semi-finals. Remember when England went for World Cup in 2018, yeah? Wednesday's ground went, Bramwell Lane's ground went, when Russia got it, you remember? And they're all saying Texas to support the bid. Who did they choose? They didn't choose Bramwell Lane, they chose Hillsborough. And for me, as ground, I'm going to be honest with you, yeah? Them plans for 2018 World Cup were some of the best plans I've ever seen. I thought them plans were wicked. Don't knock Hillsborough down. Even if we got someone mega rich and we got in Premier League, don't knock Hillsborough down. Yeah, we knocked far too many things down in Sheffield, yeah? Follow them plans. Them plans were awesome, yeah? Roof off at Cop, no roof without no poles, yeah? Do it with a 3-tier away end. We filled that corner in, made it covered, and filled the corner in at, on the Cop end, yeah? And a little bit of paint. You had an educational area on North Stand, and it ordered roughly 45,000. Wednesday doing well in Premier League, filled that all the time. If we're averaging 27,000 when Chancery was still here with most expensive tickets at bottom of League One, average 27,000. What are we going to get if we were doing well in Prem? So I think we feel we could sell that out, yeah, at 44, 45,000 if they were doing well in Premier League, definitely, yeah. So it's again short memories, and if you look at United's ground as well, or should I say our old ground, sort of copying us, yeah. The Cop's similar. Look at their south stand where the players come out of their tunnel. Look at our north. Can't you see the similarities? The away end before their away end got done. Similarities, and for me, I'm just being honest here, you can disagree. United's got a lot of cladding on their ground, most of it's cladding, yeah. We need our north stand behind that, having cladding put on it, yeah. Only best part, what's their ground, what's better than ours, my opinion, is their away end. Their away end's better, but that's because they did it with Premier League money, yeah. Our Cop's a lot better than theirs, a lot bigger, they've got poles, we have, yeah. Our cantilever, yeah, it was some cladding on the back, granted, but it blows their little John Street to bits. That's tiny there, John Street, yeah. Our south stand tunnel versus their tunnel, ours are built for 96 euros, yeah. As North were built for World Cup in '66, yeah. That was biggest cantilever in the first one when it was first built. But anyway, back to the south stand. They were built for 96 euros. It blows their south stand. And am I lying here? They're just not facts. Our Cop's bigger than their Cop, yeah? For me, it's better. They've both got poles. Our north stand blows there at John Street. Miles bigger, yeah? Our south stand where the tunnel is, yeah? Right, blows their south stand. Again, yeah, it's copied around north. A lot bigger, a lot, you know what I mean? And, it's got a grandstand at top, executive boxes, blows their south stand. Only part of their ground what's bigger, my opinion, is the away end. The away end's better, yeah, granted. But when they were saying that about it, I thought, hold on a minute, I thought short memories. Their John Street were bright pink for years, it was a right mess. And I can't remember the guy's name who does the Wednesday Till I Die. But when he was on that rumble, yeah, I know we get a little bit of a loving relationship, yeah, but for me, he was like, oh yeah, falling down and all that. I thought, no, it's not. Because Chancey, we're not fucking, we had a bad owner. We had, what, 14 years, yeah, of mismanagement at the top when we acquired the Premier League, yeah. Then we had somebody what come in and what gambled big time, yeah. And he failed. He didn't put none of the money on the ground, no nothing. He failed, yeah. Big time for me. So, that's addressed that. But like I said, Hillsborough had the best stadium in England for 40 years, 1966 to 1996, yeah? And that's a fact, because the FA did it, said so. So, when he was agreeing with that, I just thought that needed addressing, because their ground were in absolute, would be a joke, weren't it? Yeah, they've got a lot of cladding on there now, but I've just addressed the grounds, but a lot of grounds all over the country, man, ours blew them all. When you went to Hillsborough, yeah, and you drove down, you went, wow, it hit you. Yeah, it's bad what's happened, but I think that's a warning to Eddie Football Club about owners, yeah. This could happen to anybody. It's a lottery. Fucking, you could get somebody loaded by somebody what's crap, because now the game's changed. You know something, yeah, I don't like it. It's not what I were brought up on. For me, there's no characters left in the game. When they had Brian Dean, Tony O'Gorno, Simon Tracy, Paul Gannon. It might not have been best of players, but they were characters. We had Colton Palmer, do you know what I mean? Chris Bart Williams, Erstead, they were characters. I don't see that anymore in football. Ian Wright, list goes on. Now it just seems to me overpaid, yeah, and you're only as good as your chairman. And that's sad, do you know what I mean? And in the last recent years, I've got to be honest, yeah, in 80s and 90s, Wednesday were miles above United in heavy way, shape or form. United's definitely caught up. They definitely have. And they have been the better team for probably last, what, 12 years? I know they had 6 years in League One, but we aren't really doing much, yeah? But they have visited Prem and come back down. But listen, one thing about their old owner, what they had, he didn't spend a lot of money, did it, Prince? But Prince Abdullah, he didn't spend a lot of money, did he? But he had that little bit of luck, didn't he, with Chris Wilder, didn't he? He had that little bit of luck with Wilder. Didn't spend a lot, but he had that luck. The new owners, for me, have got off a bad start. Shouldn't have sacked him. He got him back, but how fractured and how trustable's that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But listen, a lot of my mates support United. Seriously, a lot of them do, so I'm not going to hate up on a club with a lot of my mates sport, people who I care about. That'd be very silly, wouldn't it? And listen, it's a football club. I think it can get a bit silly me sometimes. I really do. Do you know what I mean? End of the day, yeah, that's their football club. They love their club. I love my club. So when I'm saying things what you're not going to like, but I think I'm talking facts. Do you know what I'm saying? Because these aren't just my views. These were FA's views. And other views what are in black and white. So whatever you say, I think my argument's been backed up here through history. Do you know what I mean? Go right then. So now we're going forward, yeah, going forward. So last Friday I was sat in a Bullseye in town with this beautiful guy right there called Carl. Great nice bloke. And as I'm going through my phone, I went on Turkey Al Sheikh's thing. Remember the boxing guy? I've known him for a long time. So the money what he pays for boxing, yeah, I'm gonna get this straight. It's not coming out of all his money. It's not. He's the chairman, yeah, at entertainment in Saudi Arabia, yeah. Riyadh season for the boxing. So let's get this straight. But they're paying AJ and Tyson Fury 100 million for a fight. But it's not coming straight out of his money. Listen, he's a billionaire himself, yeah. But let me just address that. It's not coming out of all his money by a long shot, yeah. It was just interesting. When I was going through his phone, I seen him following Donaldson and him following Rob off Radio Sheffield. So I thought, why the fuck would he be following them? He's got 7.2 million viewers. And to me, it just said, he obviously knows that these report on Wednesday news. So I just put two and two together. I might have got 4, might have got 5, who knows? But listen, the guy off the Blades Ramble were right here, and he were right, yeah. It's a lot of and that's what I think that he's gone down all about football. It's a lot of we could get good owners like Birmingham, come back, if you have a little look, be brilliant, yeah. Might be dreaming a bit here, could get a Man City with lottery, yeah. Or might get somebody else, God forbid we don't have another chance here, do we? Hell no, yeah. But do you get me drift? It's a fucking lottery, man. And that's what I don't like about it, mate. You know what I mean? In the 80s you had Liverpool, you know what I mean, the academy. Sheffield United, brilliant academy. When they get good enough, they get him weighed in for money, and I just don't like it. It's changed, and it's not changed for the better. But yeah, we're very interested to see why you were doing that. Because that, you weren't following them for all, it's not a Wednesday for anything, yeah? So I think there's something in that, I really do, yeah? And I've tweeted him a lot, listen, I think it'd be good for Wednesday, yeah? And I think he'd put right people in the right places. But saying that, do I want him to get it? Definitely. I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I know I ex him a lot because I'm trying to get eyes on Wednesday, but because I don't know who else is in the conversation, who else is going for us. I don't know that. A while ago, I just put billionaires in America and in Saudi Arabia, yeah, and a guy's name come up called Dell, yeah. And I started. If you look back on my texts, some might go back as far as 3 weeks, and it's come out that he could be interested. So we don't know, but they're going to need deep pockets. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of exciting, yeah. But I'm also a little bit worried at the same time. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just glad that we've got that Chris who's in charge, who's a Wednesday fan. Do you know what I mean? Because he said that if it weren't the ideal one that he wanted, that he thought were best, he'd go back and say, mate, your bid's not big enough. Do you want to improve your bid? So it's exciting. It's exciting, but I do think there's something in that. And people might be saying, oh, well, you're just hoping. But why else would he follow them to when you only report on Wednesday news? Why else would they? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But am I looking forward to Sunday? No, I hate these games. I really do hate them. Yeah, because it's my team who I love. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's sort of, it's not an unfair game, but it is. Because United should beat us. What he's done to his team has ragged it. Yeah. Would I be happy with a 1-0 loss? No. Yeah. Right, yeah. You also get feared, don't you? Could you get hammered? Do you know what I mean? But when we had a good team, I remember that if we'd have beat United home and away in 1992, we'd have been champions of England for the season we come third. But both games we bottled it, and now we're there for both 2-0, and with it 3-1, with it Bobby Summit, and on headlines it said Bobby Dazzler. Yeah, so it shows you when you're a better team in City, yeah, which we clearly were, we come third, that they've got a Champions League place now. I don't know if we bottled both games, but it's about turning up on day, innit? Playing the game, not playing the occasion. Taking your fucking chances. Keeping back door shut. That's what it's about. Can we do that? I don't know. But listen, we're all Sheffield people at the end of the day. So I hope that we enjoy it. Yeah. And would I take a draw? I'd snap my hand off for it, yeah. But listen, my interest is more on the owners. I'm going to be honest with you, yeah. And I'm hoping that next time we play them, that maybe we might be favourites, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I just want us to have good owners, and I think that as fans deserve it. I think we've got brilliant fans, man, and I just can't applaud as fans enough. In tough times, they raised all of that money as well, didn't they? What were it, $500,000? Something, you good, yeah? You alright? Yeah, she raised a lot. Say again? No, it's just YouTube and TikTok, bro. Yeah, man. Mark Pittsmore out. Yeah, man. Alright, check it out, man. Yeah, man, respect. Alright, nice one. Yeah, so yeah, listen, he sort of put me off then a little bit. So listen, I'm going to end this now because we're at 30 minutes. I'm going to end this now. I've had a bit of a bad day today as well. I bought one of them microphones, there. Yeah. Fucking hell, I can't find the bit what connects to my phone. Do you know what I mean? So I'm having a bit of nightmare, that. With fucking bank card. That with ticket. But listen, I'm going to be up early in the morning, yeah, at 9 o'clock. I'll be at Hillsborough. If I can get a ticket, buzzing. I'll be on Leppings Lane Lower. And we'll see, yeah. If not, I'll have to watch it on telly. So, yeah. But I think as fans have been brilliant. I've been told there's about 900 left. So, we'll see. But to hit 32, 33,000, to hit even 30,000 in a derby, when you've just been through with that and had them took offers, when it's live on terrestrial TV, not Sky, terrestrial TV, I think our fans are brilliant. I'm going to be honest with you, I think the best in the country. Definitely the most loyalist. Every ground that we go to, their fans always say, best fans to come here, best fans to come here. And when other fans visit Hillsborough, yeah, they always say, wow, you can tell it's historic. And it's a historic old school stadium with lots of history. And you can't get rid of that, you have to just do it up. But listen, thank you for listening. I didn't want this to go on as long as what it has done, nearly 32 minutes. But I wanted to address a lot of people. So thanks for watching. Yeah, subscribe to my channel, Mark the Pittsmore Owl. Also on TikTok and on YouTube, Mark the Pittsmore Owl. Thanks for coming, guys. Take care.